Everybody evolves. It's a natural evolution of life where every 3 months you actually are a new person. You actually get into a rhythm, a momentum, a routine, or something that really showcases what it is that you want, what it is that you're really good at, and what it is that you don't want.
It's just proof that God will give you all the desires of your heart. We feel like we have to understand everything before we move forward. And then if you imagine your future to be abundant and you stay consistent with improving yourself, all the things are going to come together.
I actually went to architecture school. That is my background. That is how I started this journey. At first, when I was growing up, I was all into Legos. My whole family was like, this kid is going to be an architect. And then all of a sudden, 18, 20 years later, I'm in college. I'm actually pursuing architecture as the degree that I thought was going to be most beneficial to me based on my skills and talents. So I pursued that nature, of course, and it was cool. I came out of architecture school as a machine, as a producing doer, because you go in there with hopes and dreams of creating something, and then you come out needing to produce. So once I graduated, I actually left, traveled all over Europe for 2 months, and that really blew my mind because it just showed me all the possibilities that are out there, the different cultures, the different lifestyles, the day-to-day life.
8 years old, my grandpa took me to go to a rec league basketball league, and at that point, like, he got me involved in that. Ever since that day, like, I was just hooked to the game of basketball. Even through high school, like, that's the time where like kids are like going to the movies, hanging out, playing. I was just so focused on, practicing, getting better. I loved the game, and so I developed a lot of discipline there and just a lot of focus, and I was like obsessed. So something that I look back and, different parts of my life, always an area where I just became obsessed with a certain thing and just like stayed laser focused to be the best in that area. And I graduated with the sport management degree, knowing that I would not use my degree for anything. I just like sports, and I figured that was a very easy subject to just graduate with. And so fast forward a little bit, my parents got separated, and my mom said to my brother and I, she's like, okay, my dream is to go around the world with my family and just travel. And we're like, okay. And so we made that happen. It was like a 4-month trip all around the world on a cruise ship. That just opened my eyes to the world, to the different cultures, to the different types of people, and different places all over the world.
From that day forward, we actually met, and it was really beautiful because it all came about very organically.
We both love to travel. We said, let's go for a month around Asia and just, travel on vacation. And so that's what we did. We were both working our separate jobs that weren't really paying that much money at all. We saved up the money and we said, let's do it. So that's when we went to Asia.
We had the whole itinerary planned out. We knew exactly what we wanted to do. We just had an idea, and we knew that we needed to move forward with it. Yeah, that didn't work out at all. Because literally the first flight out of Miami, we missed it. Just missed it completely, and that's how the entire month evolved. Because there was probably hundreds of different things, obstacles, challenges, things that randomly popped up that definitely were not planned out, where it really detoured us where we really needed to be, right? So what ended up happening was, yes, we explored a bunch of places in Asia. It was a beautiful experience. Towards the end of the trip, we were like kind of hesitating, like, do we really need to go back? Like, what do we need to go back to? You don't like your job, I don't like my job. What do we need to do? So let's just make it happen. Let's start something fresh. Let's start something new that we can actually have control of and really grow from there, build it up into something. We had no clue what it was going to be. We had no agenda. We had no experience. That's the crazy part. We had no clue what it was that we were doing, but intuitively, we really connected with our skill sets. Anything that came from within, we were able to really nurture that and create something out of it. That first sale was crazy because I think it was like $9, right? It was like a watch or something that we were selling, or a shirt or something. But just knowing that we never invested any money, but we received money, right? That blew my mind. We just like ran with that. Very, very quickly, we were able to really maximize that space. Let's put it this way. We became best friends with the entire neighborhood. We knew the lady that made the shirts. We knew the lady that made the sandals. And it's all handmade, so we actually got to see the process. We documented the process. We connected with these people. We knew how to actually dive deeper within their stream of production, really understanding how they work and how they can actually communicate. Mind you, we don't speak the same language, but we were best friends.
And so then after that, we realized this is not scalable. And we're like, okay, well, what's next? How are we gonna make money? Like, what is next? And so I had a book that before I was writing, and I didn't launch it yet, but I was like, this is the time. And that's when we kind of dove into creating websites. Isabel's incredible at being able to create those websites online, and we started creating a couple for some people that we knew. And then eventually, it came about to this strategy that we have now, the business that we have built now, where it's like we made sure to prove it for ourselves through the digital realm, to tap into people, to generate leads, because we were doing that. And so we said, let's just focus for 3 months on this new activity. And if it works, this is what we're going to offer people all over the world. And so that's what it evolved to. It worked. And we get to create. The answers came. Like none of this was planned. And that's what everyone should understand right now, is that you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have a business plan. Like, there was no business plan here. And I know many of us procrastinate. It's like, the business plan is not right yet. There's no numbers. Very logical. At that moment, we were so uncomfortable. It was like we were put in a place where we just had to take action and make it happen. And that's how it evolved. The answers kept coming from the people that we were connecting with. Evolution of the strategy we have now today is because of listening to the people, listening to our clients, and then just doing it ourselves and having success. And now we work with clients from all over the world to help them triple their leads on a monthly basis and really build that online brand presence.